You read about these places and it's just a whole different world that you cannot explain. It's only over round the corner nearly, but it's just whole different. They do everything different. Their way of life is completely different. The last night I was down talking to the people selling stuff on the street, and I was telling him it was me last night, and he was like, "Mark, would you mind giving me a t-shirt?" He didn't have much English now, right? So I said, right, I'll see what I can do. So I went upstairs, went into my suitcase. I didn't even like many of the clothes, so I said I'd give them not every clothes, a lot of the clothes. And I brought down all the clothes to him, and he was absolutely delighted. And then I went back upstairs for a second, came back down again, and he had shared the clothes with everyone that was there. And so I says to him, I was like, you asked me for a t-shirt, I gave you more than one. Why did you give them away? He says, Mark, you can only wear one t-shirt at a time. Why did I go to Africa? Because you learn about these places in school, and you learn what to do, how to farm, what their homes are like. You see these people in the ads, they're as poor as anything, and they're really portrayed to be really sad people who have a very poor quality of life. So I just wanted to go over there and see with my own two eyes what they were like, just to stand face to face with the people and just say I was in Africa and this is what it was like. There is so many differences. They have, I don't know, it's something over there that anyone that went over will tell you that they just can't quite put their finger on. They just have something, it's like a happiness that we don't have over here. They don't have half as much, quarter as much as we do over here. But at the same time, they don't need it because they're so much more better off without it in the same way, because they're all so much happier. They don't fight nothing. You see that life isn't just about having the best car or the best house, that there's so much more to life than that, and that's what the Africans showed me.
It's sort of completely different from what we were used to when we went over. It was, I suppose the people seem to be a lot happier than what we are. Like they're happy with the simple things, and even just the cultural, it's just amazing to think that they are so happy with what they have is so small, and that we could be so unhappy about things that we have way more than them. We're still so unhappy about. And I suppose the whole landscape is different as well. The look of it, it's a lot poorer of an area, less fertile. And then we're still here and we still have amazing houses. Like, you know, we're just not happy about what we have sometimes. Their homes were all just simply made of wood, and then you'd have the walls made from, say, cow dung and straw over it. Whereas then we'd have like our block houses, they're safe, they're warm, and theirs could be ice cold. Even in the nights in the summer when it gets really cold, they struggle to keep heat and we don't. So, they seem to love soccer and then the music, but their soccer is just so simple that they don't have the pitches to just play wherever they can, just throw down 2 markers for goals, and the balls just could be made of anything, like socks, could be made of cow skin, anything really. And then they also love the music as well, and the singing and dancing, and when we were there we just got to experience some of that, and it was just amazing to think. Yeah.
What really interested me about it was that, like, here in Ireland we kind of talk about like Africa a lot, like it's written about in the newspapers, it's on television, we discuss it in classrooms, like in different subjects, but it's not like being there. So I just kind of decided that I want to experience it for myself, just like once, even just to say that like I did it once in my lifetime, just to have achieved it. The experience itself was just amazing. Like it's hard to describe it, but it was the people that really just blew me away. Like it was just they were just incredible. Like they're just really warm and friendly. Like they're just so full of happiness, and like everywhere we went, we were just greeted and welcomed. Like, and even if you're passing by somewhere just really quickly, just people just start smiling. Just when they see you, they start smiling and start waving, and people would always be wouldn't want you to have to leave. Like we were nearly every time we went to leave somewhere, we were always running behind schedule. But like just talking to people there as well, like they were complete strangers that I'd never met before, but they had this ability to make you feel like you were lifelong friends. They were just we were really just able to click really well together. Like say that for so many people I met there, just really able to gel, really able to get along with them. These people mightn't have a lot. They were still sacrificing some of their resources just to make a statement to us. Like we were at a honey processing plant, and they brought out some honey anyway for each of us. But they had small, medium and large pots, but they apologised for not having enough small pots for us, because they'd used, like, they were just really sorry that they didn't have a small pot for like each of us to take, because they kind of used them up by giving some of them to us. So they were, this idea that this enterprise was nearly running out of stock, just to welcome us, just to make us, you know, feel at home, like, was just incredible. Like, just amazing. I suppose, like, people were impoverished and like food insecure. Like they didn't. Sometimes people wouldn't know where the next meal would be coming from, or they were living in really poor conditions. Like in the countryside, it might be kind of like just a really small hut, or in the city, it could be like just basically just a shack. And you know, and some people are lucky if they have, like in the countryside, if you have a toilet, you consider like it's a great privilege to have one. And like they, even though it might only just be a small little shed with a hole in the ground, like, but even then, like, people were so happy. Like they had friends and family. That's kind of what like made people take, was the people around them. And there was, when everybody together was that positive, they couldn't really help but be, and that it really rubbed off on us as well. And just a really positive outlook on life, and just trying to make the best of things, and just working hard as well to try and improve the future prospects of, you know, the next generation. And a lot of people ask, like, how do you feel now that you come back? Like, how has your opinions and things changed? But like perspectives in everyday things, like for me, have changed anyway. Like, and you just realize, like, people get worked up about really small, trivial things, and like how they shouldn't. And I think how if we just even pushed ourselves just to be able to give a little bit more aid, like how we'd be able to make huge differences. Like, but at the same time, like, you know, we can learn. There's so much that we can learn from African people, and the way that they're resilient against the problems they face, and just the happiness and the way they get on with things, and just, it's amazing. Like.